No vea, a Sevilla. Y al último que cuando ya salió la bien de regla.
It is Thursday on Raid Shadow Legends, but you knew that. Today we are on the account of Alpha First Wolf, and this account has a champion that you've probably never seen before. Which is that champion? It is Blood Marchioness Mina, or Blood Marchioness, depending on how you meant to pronounce it. This is the latest Mythical to be added into the game, and has been available for less than 2 weeks without any kind of primal 2x. You've probably not seen her until now. A1, Hate Spine. Attack one enemy 2 times, will repeat the attack against the enemy with the highest turn meter. Initial targets under a leech debuff. A2, also, yeah, this champion isn't booked. Mythical books are expensive. If you want to sponsor them to the account I'm going on here, then sure, go right ahead. Attacks enemies, places a stun, and cuts their turn meter by 50%, which is very big. Not quite as good as our man's Magnificent, who was out for 2 years ago, who just stole all their turn meters and stunned them. However, this effect can't be resisted by targets who have attack law of this champion's attack, and her base attack is reasonably high. I've seen better, I've seen worse, but regarding attack stats, we'll go on to that in a minute. A3, Himmelstrom, I don't know how to pronounce that. Attacks all enemies, before attacking, removes all buffs from all enemies, can't be resisted. This is going to be a theme. By enemies who have less attack than her, then places leech and decrease attack on them. Like Siegfried, she cannot alt form on demand. She can only alt form via the effect of her other passive, where first off, it does an absolute words regarding damage if they gain turn meter from anything apart from just having it fill for a turn. And if she die, she comes back with 100% HP, no turn meter mind, that's not going to be important, and then goes into her alt form as of this, where she's revived by a skill. This is counted as a skill. And again, if she's dead with this, then she will come back again. Although if her passive's on cooldown, she will just come back as base form. So there's that. Now, if we go over to her alt form, then this is where things get quite interesting. Dread Needle, attacks the target twice, ignores 10% of their defense, 20% if your target attack is lower than this champion. Now, you know how I mentioned the attack stat before? Well, her attack stat is now 1,905. That is the second highest in the game, behind Carnage the Anarch's alt form, who is at 1,960. For reference, because Carnage is right here. Attacks them twice, ignores 30% defense, ignores 100% of defense if a target attack is lower than his champion, so it's basically always going to do that unless you're hitting bosses. And will also ignore block damage and unkillable if they're under a heal reduction debuff. And if it kills an enemy, heals them, hits someone else. If that happens, if this is like in the context of live arena, they probably lose. And then 1,000 Wings. Also, fun fact, on the test server, this champion had a bug where these skill names were actually that of Arnava White's alt form. So attacks enemies, places heal reduction and true fear debuff on these 2 turns, will ignore block debuffs buffs. You know, they keep doing it nowadays where block debuffs doesn't actually block debuffs, and can't be resisted, will ignore 20% of each target's defense if the attack is lower than this champion, same as everyone else. And this champion's skills on this form scale off her attack and her speed, much like Cheshire Cat and Ghostborn. What do you mean, who is Ghostborn? And if we go to her passive, it's the opposite of the base form, where normally she would deal damage to enemies, as she would watch them gain turn meter. However, in her alt form, she instead heals from it, and also gains speed, which obviously works very well when all the damage in this alt form scales off speed. So one thing I did notice amongst checking this champion before was that the reviews count is obviously quite small because not many people have her yet, but if I checked her ratings, then they seemed kind of below what I would expect for a brand new Mythical. So I guess there is actually a couple of problems here, and I think I know what they are. The first of which is that she has no self-defense at all. Sure, if we go to her passive, then this will revive her as she dies, and then she goes into her alt form and takes another turn from there. But she can be CC'd, she can be killed very easily because past like revive, she doesn't have any way to defend herself. It's basically the same kind of like self-defense that Sun Wukong had, where no one defended the champion because if he dies, so what? He comes back up again. And she does not have any form of block revive. So one thing we're going to do first before we test her in the terms of PvP scenario is I've built her more or less the best I can in terms of the gear that was available here. I could probably glyph up a few things, but I don't think there's many glyphs last time I checked. In terms of just savage and cruel with horrific coronet. Obviously don't have a blessing, so we can't give a nature's wrath. And we're going to try her in Hydra this first. And we can start. Now, I will say that obviously 0-star Mina compared to a +1 empowered Crow card, this is probably not going to be close, but I just want to see just what she does. How does she do? The answer is not particularly well. In fact, she did worse than Nagagante Archer. So that's not a good start. Let's try this on Brutal. And one thing I want to try this time is if she alt forms, what if I just have her stay in the alt form? Is that going to change anything? So let's try it again, but on Nightmare this time. Okay, we did. And again, her damage does not seem particularly great. Now, I know that she's 0-star, she's not booked, but I don't feel like that's really going to mean she then does 4 times damage that she was doing before. So, yeah, if you're going to use a champion for Hydra, I think you have many other better options. Okay, so make sure to discard result here, otherwise I've thrown up every single one of these teams. And the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to take a small cut and then we're going to re-gear her for live arena and we're going to play some of that because it's going to be the off-season funnies. A bit of fiddling through later and I tried to put her in a 4-piece lethal, 4-piece stone skin because this is an account that seems to have tremendous luck with champions, but in terms of gear we are a bit limited in terms of not only the pieces that we have, but the amount of glyphs available to make this sort of thing work. Like, I'm not joking, really. One thing to say for certain is we're going to have no concerns regarding our opponents picking Mina away from us. So, first off, our opponent takes Fabian right away. I would first pick Mina here. However, I'm going to take a couple of things that I personally want to pick. The first of which is going to be this Star Sage here that we have, which I think it was in 4-piece Relentless, 4-piece Stone Skin. And I'm also going to take Commodus because if there's one thing that I don't want happening here, it's Mina being banned because that just defeats the point of this recording even more, so it might defeat itself. Okay, so Marias and Namhe. Okay. In that case, I'm going to take... Who shall I pick here? Let's take Marichka and... You know what? It's the 2023 meta. Let's take Taras, shall we? Hey. And then counter pick, if you can call it that, is going to be Mina. I'm going to work from there. Now, there is a pretty high chance that this does not work however I want. I mean, yeah, sure, pick Joan if you want. I'm not taking it this time. But, there we go. Who am I most worried about here? Marius or Namhe? Let's get rid of the Marius, shall we? And work from there. I was going to say, don't ban Mina, really. Like, sort of... One, I don't think she's anywhere near the threat level of Commodus. And two, again, as I mentioned, that means I can't have a go over. So, right, how are we doing this? First off, it's a support Joan, as you can tell from the 9-piece total guard. So this might involve Garrel doing Garrel things. And okay, I'll attack here. Don't quite get relentless. If I has that magma shield myself. And well, I'm locked out, so let's just alt form and try and let's see. Should this be fine? Nope, didn't take the stone skin off. I mean through cage. Alright, your worst. Oh wait, it is damage Joan. What's gonna happen here? It's good, but it's not enough damage because Taras has 50% DR just for existing. Nope. Stop that. And attacks enemies. Attacks remove all buffs small enemies. Can't be resisted. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, we stun, and she just passes on just like that. Saying this champion cannot take a hit. And then I'm provoked. Let's see, is Merch Cross locked out? Okay, and back comes Mina in her alt form. However, she is true feared from Fabian passive. And now let's see what happens if I... Actually, let's see what happens if I do this. I fail a fear checks, of course I do. Alright, now she's just gonna go down again now. There's not a whole lot I can do about this. She heals from passive, but this is going to be high impact Garrel violence, so... Okay, fail a fear check again. Okay, alt form. We do get a second try here, but... Okay, 233. Everyone's feared again. I can't ignore unkillable because not under heal reduction. So let's try and do this. 83,000 on the single hit. That's not too terrible, even though it's 0 star. Okay, and now we just died to Garrel, so okay. Right, next game. Also, we have exciting 9 gems, so we have 1 refresh in terms of buying more library tokens, and that's kind of going to be it. So, not a great start there. Could have banned Fabian, could have banned Marius, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Let's go on to the next game. Okay, another Fabian. I don't remember the Marius build on here. In fact, where is he? Okay, let's take both, shall we? Okay, let's work with that. Okay, so it's an empowered Marius, but he's at 2 star, so again, seems we've had a bit of short luck. Next is going to be, tell you what, I want to just force a ban, so I will take you and you. And then Mina last, like it's always going to be. Hilvy, okay, right. So, right, Mina, and I think I'll ban Fabian here, because I think Fabian's going to cause more problems. Because none of our team outside of Commodus really fights well into the lookout. Resist, accuracy, attack, 4 separate auras. I'll just take accuracy. Work from that. Not even having a 1-star on her for the lightning cage to protect the stone skin is an issue, but I say mythical souls are one thing that you can't buy no matter what, so okay. She's a bit stuck already. We have the big stupid on us. So let's just get this off, shall we? And we're frozen again because Sarsage does the effects in the wrong order for Torment. Also, she is locked out, so I just do this. Okay, block actives now everyone apart from Hilvy. The thing is, like, if she dies, comes back, the block debuff is off her. And here, let's alt form and go for the stun. Okay. We've got Wandered. Okay, well, I guess we're going for the immensely unconvincing Commodus bomb instead. Okay, and can't even... Also, I mentioned, yeah, I put Cat's Gaze on her, so, good job, Mina. You did a lot this game. Okay, Relentless. And... that is less damage than I would have thought. Okay. Guess I missed Helm Smasher, and okay. Lots of bombs. So, damage dealt there. Mina, Knight 7000, Commodus 3 times that much. Almost like this Commodus is 6-star or something. But I was expecting them to ban it, and my alternatives is just to, well, lose, so, yeah. Also, it's worth noting that, can I take Fabian here? He's missing a blessing. No. In that case, he's probably not geared. I had to double check. I thought he was, but he's missing a blessing. He's probably been left on the side. Yeah, we don't know the damage multipliers for Mina's skills yet because... Actually, unless it's on Ayumi, let me just check. No, it's not on Ayumi either. Okay, Nace and Crixia, right. In that case, I will take Marichka and... who else can we take who's good into this? Tell you what, just give me Star Sage again, because I don't have a Star Sage. I want to give him a few goes, and I think we're going to need a Reviver, Cleanser support, and Marichka's good against some things. Against others, she's not overly going to help. Right, Odin and Shuzen. And now I'm going to take Mina. And then in terms of, oh god, what the hell are you doing? I'm going to take Throlny. Why? Because I can. I don't need a reason, okay? And I'm going to just ban Nace because I can imagine that Mina has a terrible, terrible matchup into Nace. Like, there are some blue mythicals who have a Nace killer skill, and apart from her Alte 2, she does not have one, so... Like, Joan has one, some of the other Reds have it, like the Arakoa, Gaspard, okay. Okay. Gaspard would mean that Mina would instantly die off her revive, because I think that's how Gaspard works, so I'm going to just ban him here and fight into the Nace, and if Nace things happen, then, well, I can't complain because we saw what I was doing back during the live arena seasons. Although, technically, Throlny A2 is a nice killer because it hits twice, hits decently hard. However, Frolny's issue is we can be locked out. What do they have here? A lockout. It's like you wonder what I'm even doing in some of these games. The truth is, I've a bit of a laugh. Okay, so everyone's stunned. Their stun skin didn't quite work, and now we are locked out. Okay. This is not great. But she's going to come back in her turn. Okay. Here permanent, I think. -1 for only. Okay. Alt form. And now, what do I want to do here? Do I want to do this? Or... Tell you what, let's see the damage on this. 1, 2. Nope, not enough damage at all. Not enough. Missed helm slash on the first one. Would it have mattered? The answer is probably not. I think we still have Star Stage passive to work with. However, might just claw down the Mina here, and at that point she's going to die and stay dead. Take his time about it. Okay, sure. And we are stunned again. Okay, polymorph didn't quite work, so... Yep. Going to reset those. I don't think our Star State's ever taken a turn to revive anyone, so I'm going to go to the next game. Right then. Perhaps if you picked someone better than Frolny, that might not have happened. Yes, you are right. But the point is that I wanted to pick Frolny. Where's Horse? Okay, Horse is here. I might just take him off the board. It's bad enough that we're getting dented by... Oh, there's the Donatello one here. And the Praetor. But we're not taking Praetor. Why? Because we have all season to do that. If it's someone I already have and isn't already an incredibly common pick, then... Okay. Right then. Tell you what, I need to force a ban, so I'm going to take this. So far, I've been thoroughly unimpressed with Marichka, but I think that's because I'm picking into bad things, so... Okay, heal the Siphi. Who am I banning here? Crixia? Probably Crixia. Okay, I'll pick Mina, and I will take... I'd take someone to go first, but I remember this... We didn't have particularly great options regarding that. So... What shall I take? Tell you what, give us the armbands. I think he was in at least something, and we're just trying to bait their ban away from the Commodus or the Star Stage. Oh, Volcanos, okay. Well, in that case... Or you just ban Carnage. I think we just ban Carnage here. Like, sure, this is like the funny support thing, but okay, ban Star Stage, that's fine. Now to work out if this Armand has any kind of gear or not, because I'm going to check some of the champions, and I've got the others pretty much instantly. Also, we're going to be locked out because Civ is faster. Oh, yeah, Armand isn't good. Oops. Or is she, and it's just like, this Siphi is very, very fast. Okay, -1 Mina. So okay, she comes back in 2 turns. Revives, and now who are we killing? If we're ignoring 100% defense, then we should be able to go right through this Siphi. However, there's a Hilvi to pick her right up, and also... Oh, this ignores block debuffs. Let's see. That did not do as much as I'd have liked. Yes, I know, it's a 0-star Mina, but... Okay, Crixia giving us a 3... What's down? Oh, it does Volcano's just a 2-hit one-shot, I think. Yeah, he does. Okay, right. I think we have a wand, so... Okay. Of course, you fill out fear check. Right, next game. At least now, the very first thing, we can actually just pick Fabian now because he's geared and we can work from there, but... I don't know. I never said to myself that I'm not ever going to play in things that have absolutely sort of top end gear, etc. like that, because if I'm doing gears, one-shotting everything of commonest every game, that's kind of boring now, isn't it? So, next is going to be the Star Stage again, that I changed around slightly, but didn't quite get him to be on the stage I want them to be, and pick the Commodus because people off-season always hate bombers, and I'm already running out of things to say in this regard, so let's see how the rest of the draft goes. Probably going to be the same as always. They're going to be faster. Also, I noticed this Star Stage has a Shuriken, which I overlooked at first, mostly because I didn't see it. Okay, Praetor. Well, if there's anything that Mina does not want to see, it's Praetor, so we're going to pick her away, and... we don't have any bolsters, do we? To live this Marias. Do I just take Marichka and hope for the best? I guess I do. Yeah, we'll work with that. And their counter pick, so we'll see what happens from there. Oh, dear me. Yeah, I know there's a Carnage, there's an Anomaly, there's more there, but that's not my point. Okay, Mikage, that's could have gone much worse. Let's ban Predator and he bans Fabian, and let's see what happens then, shall we? That's one other thing I have to check with this. Is like, can I make someone to put in like bolster, magma shield? If there's even a magma shield on here, there might not be. There was 2 Catskays. One's on Marias, one is on Mina. Go on then. Okay, they take very small damage from Mina passive, you know. Very good, right. Nope, we live that. Go on. How you doing this? Okay, she passes on. And here's the problem. Yeah, that happens. Alright, let's just pick him up again, and they're not even going to go first, are they? I guess there really was no point where I was ever going to get any of the champions to move. Okay, I'll form. Okay, I heal up because they boosted turn meter, but it's not really going to matter. Do you have the A3 again? Nope, okay. Hey, pick up, and I can't even outform to try and buff strip this Marias because all that's going to happen is they're going to pass on again, so. Okay, well, at least now we can't be slept. I was going to donate turns to them now. Okay, right, so let's see how much damage we do. That is a decent amount, I'd say, for a 0-star. Right, both hot strip leads off, and now they are quite a bit stuck. However, she's squishy enough that if Mariah say once, she's still going to pass on. Okay. Okay, I'm going to sleep. Watch pass this fear check now. Okay, and that is the end of the game as we know it because we have no more ways to play this. Right, how are we looking? Oh. Well, I suppose if it's least against a bot, then we should be able to attack with Mina a bit better. Ah, dear me. Okay, yeah. It just happens to add my comfort zone of picking native approach from a game, doesn't it? Alright then. I mean, is there even any point in me even including this in a video? I don't think there is. Even bots first picking Grixia. Alright. Finally, an opponent more of our suitable journalist difficulty level for us. Bot size banned the first pick, so I just took Yosuga out of literally anyone with an aura at all. And let's see what happens here. Okay, so both strip once, make sure they're all locked out. Do this. Just boost again. And let's see. Okay, never mind, another turn, sure, relentless. Let's see how much damage he does with the A2. Okay. 84,000. Weak hit on Tormin. I mean, Fallen. It is what it is. She's from a corrupted faction, so can't actually. If she dies, Fallen counterattacks now. He's in revenge accessories. Okay, no, that's fine. Now she's gonna come back, and now we can try. Strange. Okay, now we can try the A3. How much is it gonna do? Oh yeah, actually can't crit. I mean, 31,000 non-crit. Multiply that by like 4x for crit damage. That's 125,000, give or take. Okay, right. Now on to an actual human opponent, or as human as they would identify themselves as. So at very least now, we're going to try and take Fabian off the start. Oops. Sort by recently used first. Take Fabian off the table and work from there. Now, I say regarding... Okay, I'm not going to pick the same things to pick normally, but Fabian's kind of essential. He's just like, you know, that kind of champion. Even though, you know, he's a support. You know, weak. Alright, go on. Take your Fabian and, I mean, your Marias and your Anomaly. I mean, I'm just going to take that. In that case, I shall take... What if I just... That's not Marichka. What if I took Tarash Marichka? It's not the best pick, but I want to take him, okay? Yeah. I was asked my thoughts on her. It's like, I said that so far she is questionable. I think the 3.7.5 out of 3.7 out of 5 is accurate, and yeah, she dies way too easily and really does not seem to hit that hard, even if she's a 0 star right now. Okay, so right, Star Sage and Mina, and then I'll just ban the Mariah, shall I? And if he bans Taras, sheeps Mina, then yeah, I guess I'm a bit stuck now, aren't I? Okay. Picking Armand's and Necrom is saving is wise, because Armand's Necrot's worst matchup. Unless, you know, the sheep. No, actually Armand's you are the sheep happens in terms of wand of submission, but that's not what's going to happen. In fact, it's unfavourable until 6-star wand. Right, we're taking Amber Kage. Okay. Let's get rid of you and work from there. Don't do it. Don't ban Mina. Okay, right, sure. Well, I believe Amina's getting point and clicked, and there's not too much I can do about that. I could have put her in wand, but I need cat gaze for the damage, which hasn't really done a whole lot so far for me, but I can keep trying. Okay, protected Armands. Don't do it. Don't point and click on Mina. Don't. Why do you have to make the correct play? Well, that's a... Hydra. Let's do this, just so... Just so that we don't lose our Fabian right again. Stars of Yang, or whatever it's called, and necro-protecting this team. Next question. How do I kill an anomaly as a Mina? Okay, our sheep is... I guess you can't stun a sheep. I mean, doesn't really matter. Okay. Plink and... Let's see. Can I attack? Okay. That does... middling damage, but... Clips Rant? Okay. Well, the thing is, Makaga's going to take the block actors of the highest attack, so I believe that's probably going to end up being the... Oh. There's a problem. It's called... Mina can't defend herself. Yeah, okay. Next game. Damn it. This was a Siegfried or anything else at all, I would have lived there, but no. Okay, now let's go. Okay. I'd try and play for a go first here, but I don't have the speed to do so. So, yeah. It's a problem there with the Armands. Ban one, carry, sheep the other. The game's all intents and purposes is pretty much over. Okay, so in that case, I would take both of these, like sort of play like it's a normal draft. Ugh. Normal drafts in the context of off-season. What is this? And Fallen. Wait, no, they're counter-picking Mina. Ah, duh. The mediocre champion counters another mediocre champion. What a concept, right? If I was picking someone who's a meta threat, this might be different. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to just take these because if there's one champion Fawn doesn't want to see us Taras, because when your A1's an AoE, yeah. Right, now I'm going to take Mina. Where is she? I'll ban the anomaly and we'll work from there. Because sure, even if I can't crit the following, I can crit everyone else, and the rest of these are not the most durable champions in the world. It's going to take quite a lot of restraint here for me to simply not just use the Terra Free to one-shot everything that way. Okay, so we are 3 carries plus a Fabian. Aim before I lose to a Fallen. If I do, I do okay. I'm probably one person in the last 2 months who has lost to a Fallen. Actually, is there any kind of like Mega Pig who like made a World's Strongest Fallen 4-star, no, +4 6-star and just went into live arena with it and had any kind of results? Can someone find that for me? Or, I don't know, just use ChatGPT or something. Like, people use ChatGPT as a replacement to Google search nowadays because it's better than it. No, really. Okay. Fallen's enfeebled. Who are pointing clicking? Private Taras. Everyone in stone skin. No, okay. Right, let's lock them out. Push your Termia back. And I don't want to just one-shot everyone because I want to get Mina to work first. Okay, Cat's Gaze. I think in terms of PvE, Earth Coronet is better, but I'm doing this. Okay, tell you what, let me just do this. I don't just want to clear them all. I want to attack with Mina first, pretend this champ didn't anything at all. Even though the entire team was dead to rights, if I just use Terra Save Free there. Alright. Go on, Mina. You got this. uh... Polymorph. Okay, Taras, just get us out of here. Next game. Polymorph. Romeo, where's Juliet? Probably they're making immensely bad decisions, because if anyone acted intelligently during that entire thing, it wouldn't have been a tragedy. But that's how it is sometimes. Like, one bad decision after the other. Okay, I guess again we just have to take these for safety. Then I'll take Star Sage. Now, this may look like a regular draft to you. In fact, it is indeed a regular draft that now has a really strange mythical at 0 star for some reason. Okay, Mina and... Okay. This is going to seem weird, but again, I'm going to take Throlny, because the original design philosophy behind Throlny was he gets stronger as he gets kills, and he was released shortly after Sun Wukong was everywhere, so people were like, yeah, I'll just let this happen. And then Throlny kept hitting the Sun Wukong over and over, and it's like, oh wait, Throlny actually does damage? I mean, like, yeah, assuming that a bunch of other things don't go wrong. Let's get rid of the Raphael, because he has an A1 permadeath, which we're not going to like very much, and work from there. Of course, Throlny still has the same issues he had before. He gets locked out because his carry form is a first form. He can't defend himself. He can't really interact with many other forms of self-defense apart from just doing damage to them. He needs another battle buff. Okay, Monkey Man's enfeebled. This team has no self-defense and supersonic cut-in. Mina does 2,000 damage to them from their supersonic. Good job, Mina. Now do another 40,000 damage, and you might be fine. Mild concern. Monkey Man did not get locked out. -1 Marias. Okay, cuts in, and Morrigan goes first, so we're gonna be feared. Nope. Okay. Go on, Ben. You got this. Okay. Okay, damage. Now, next, do I want to... Well, I'm under Stone Skin, so tell you what. And that works because he places Revive on Death, and we stole it. Yep, no chance. I don't think so. And Mina actually clutches the win with a self-revive into the doing actual damage. As a Finnish warlord without warlord might say. Pog. Let's go. Right, next game. Unironically, if I win this one, I'll probably call it last, because this is not the best. Someone with a Bayek avatar, so they might pick Bayek, which is going to be an issue for us, because I'm pretty sure we have 0 answers into that, but I'll play that here. Okay, Fabian, 6-star polymorph, who we're taking. let's just take Marius and Commodus, because Commodus doesn't overly care too much into Fabian, because, you know, weak hits plus if locked out, I'll alt form and check your documents. Engineer was an imposter. My god, JC, a bomb! Wait, what the fuck is this? +4 6-star Praetor. Okay, right. I mean, I suppose I picked Marius Commodus first for the surface, but right. I will take Marichka and Star Sage, I think. And the last is going to be Mina, one and only. Not to be confused with Mina from Deadlock, or Mina the Hollower from Wattam Yacht Club is overly reliant on bailing them out financially after they thought they were a bit more successful than they actually were regarding Shovel Knight, and then bought incredibly expensive San Francisco offices. And bro, it's off season. Why am I getting taste of my own medicine here? Okay, well, the plan hasn't changed. So I'm gonna do this. It's not an easy thing for us to deal with here. Okay. Right, ban Marius, this, and time for us to get absolutely shit murdered by Solnar, because what's happened here is we get buff strip from the Odin and the Fabian, and then thought someone was taking over me for a second. Must have been the wind. It was very windy before. Oh, wait, we go first. Okay. We are fast. Issue is, we can't do much with it. Okay. Boost. And we have decreased our speed from Mina passive, but it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, let's alt form, try and buff strip bees, and well, stop Monet, so that's okay. Here's the issue. We can't bomb Solnar. We can at least bomb the other two, but right now he is getting buffs upon buffs. He's now increased resistance and that. Vinace is stuck, and well, goodbye to Mr. Nice. 20,000 one hit, so that was like 40,000 on two. Okay. And now we just die to Solnar, don't we? Because Solnar has all buffs in the world plus more. Does he have block damage? No. Okay. In that case, serrated swords. Down he goes. He revives. Let's stun him. Wait, we can't stun him. What am I doing? That. Okay, but realistically, what I'm supposed to do though? I gotta actually turn off the. Yep, 2 more bombs to your collection, my friend. I mean, 2 more buffs to your collection. Buffs, bombs, both for letter words. Right, pick them up. Damn it, let's go try and concede first. Right, next 5 tokens. So we are 4 and 6 so far, and 1's a bot game, so 3 and 6. Alimad or ale mad, because you drink too much, you get angry. It's a scientifically proven fact. Unless you're one of the ones who just like comes like sleepy drunk, but I mean alcoholism is like probably one of the most Reddit forms of pastime, so not one for me. Right, take some Riot, takes the. In that case, I'll take both of these again. You never get. If he picks another +4 6-star Praetor, then I guess we take the loss, but given the rest of his draft so far, that seems pretty unlikely. Might like a 1-star Praetor, but +4 6-star, not gonna happen. Okay. Tin Man and Siffy. It's a speed team. Do we have ways to counter speed teams? Do we fucking arse? Right, okay, so in that case, I shall take the Mina, and I will take the... Tarzan Richcliffe is such a bad pick. I don't like it at all. Okay, tell you what, let's take the short man again, you know. It's like, they call him short, but Fronny will insist that he's actually slightly above average size for dwarves. I don't know how that works, but whatever he wants to tell himself. And the Cargo, right, who are banning? Georgiad or Marias? Let's get rid of the Marias, shall we? Bans the Star Sage, and now this Georgiad has free pick on who wants to on everyone like that. Actually, that really doesn't work on camera, does it? No, okay, that doesn't work. Because, like, there's maybe two blades that come out like that, and... Look, I'm just waiting for the game to start, okay? Like... You want high quality professional content when any of them come to the wrong place, because right now, I'm here on this account picking a 0-star mythical that everyone thinks is, like, mediocre at best for fun, okay? Sure, we're just not boosting. I guess he wants to save increase attack. Alright, and now you've boosted, I'm going to do this. Your speed has been slightly destroyed, and you've taken very brief damage from your supersonic, and... Okay, -1 Fabian. Sure. Everyone here is full protection block debuffs. So the worst I can do here is just that, push you back. Fine. Now you've got one. You know, I've got one of submission now. Alt form. No. I mean, oh, he's in Swift Parry. Okay. Take a stack, and this doesn't even... Okay, weak hits, 32,000, that's not particularly great, and... But McCarthy lives to fight another day. Aim before Georgia cleans house here off that Swift Parry. Yeah, 32,000 is not great damage. Okay, turns out that we all don't hit very hard here. Samus' full team is stunned off the cargo, and nope, wand. Get another turn because you're in Relentless or Pet Shadow or something. And sit down. Why am I saying that when he's like 1 HP? But I know, I don't judge, I guess. Okay. Right. Alright, what's in the box? I could do more, but honestly, I think we've seen all there is to see here. Maybe if there's a bit of extra luck regarding improving gear or getting a soul for her or a couple of things, but right now I have some constructive criticism to give about Blood Marchioness Mina. She fucking sucks. Okay, we're done. See ya.